Now, going over to the Cultural Podcast, you have The View claiming that only 100 people identify as trans competing in public school sports. It's not a big deal, they say. Which, about this. Now, this comes to us thanks to Riley Gaines on the X Twitter, and I do have to give a visual disclaimer. You're about to see The View and Whoopi Goldberg, so it's not a pretty sight, and that's coming from me. So brace yourselves. Perhaps one of the few times you might be glad you're listening on, the Spotify or the Apple Podcast. Or, interesting enough, I think Pandora's still around somehow. Now, this comes thanks to Riley Gaines, and Riley says, quote, Whoopi Goldberg says there's only 100 people who identify as trans competing in public school sports. This is, of course, verifiably false. I'd be happy to join The View and discuss, which I don't think they could have that. Having someone on The View who has a modicum of intelligence, articulation, and enunciate, I don't think they could handle that. They might just melt down. Now, Twitter did add some user notes here. They say a report by the Human Rights Campaign, which, let's be honest, they're pretty biased, found that only 14% of transgender boys and 12% trans girls play sports. Given those numbers, it's statistically possible that of the 35,000, that it hits a 100 number. Now there's a little disclaimer there. This originally was posted thanks to Chief Nerd, and oh dang, I made the image bigger. Now the whole screen. Oh yeah, you can see Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah. Which thankfully it's only like 43 seconds of her speaking, which yes might feel like an eternity, but we shall get through it together.
I often wonder, because it's, when you look, transgender Americans, less than 1% of American adults identify as transgender.
Right. Yeah.
And when you add in youth who identify as transgender, that number comes to just about 1.4. It is estimated that there are no more than 100 transgender athletes competing in public schools nationwide, and an Associated Press investigation found that lawmakers proposing bans on trans athletes in school sports could not cite a single instance of these athletes taking championships.
Have they not heard of Riley Gaines? Do they not use the Google or the Brave search? Because yeah, that definitely happens, and it's definitely it's only 100 opportunities for us being stolen from people or being physically injured. Now, again, it went pretty viral. It got, what was this, 2.5 million views, as well as 865. Could we make it 66? No, but nevertheless, I did like it. So 65,000 likes. Now, one of the first comments comes from an account by the name of Courage is a Habit, which they say every American, every parent can do their part to dismantle the transgender cult by rejecting their lunatic inclusive language. We give an example. They say, quote, Zach, behold, is a man whose name is Zachary. We call him Zach. And they say, quote, this man is Sarah McBride, is a man who we call Timothy. Both mentally ill men make laws to further push the agenda for the transgender cult. The greatest medical fraud is destroying our children's bodies with any hope of a future. Continue to rob these mentally ill men of your empathy. It's all they have. Reject inclusion, embrace exclusion. And there you can see the guys grew out their hair, and now they compete in sports. Got 127 likes. I have Trump Gal 24 saying Whoopi is a pathological liar and an idiot, getting 225 likes. Hunter Eagleman says, quote, Whoopi doing Whoopi things and gaslighting the 9 viewers, getting 420 likes, which I kind of joke, I can't but wonder, are more than 51% of all the people who watch The View just watching to laugh at them, not actually, I was about to say get informed. I don't think anyone actually does that. Get properly informed by watching The View, but they do absorb, not facts, they absorb some kind of data. I can't but think most people are watching it just as like a parody at this point. You have Commotion King saying, quote, part of my issue anyway is how it only takes one person to make an entire locker room uncomfortable. Even if she were correct, it doesn't mean we should fold that to them on this issue anyhow, getting 530 likes. Jennifer McWilliams says, quote, she's an insufferable, uneducated, hateful woman. Hey, The View, 3.3% of high school students identify as trans per the CDC. If you want to be a credible source, start learning arithmetic. Getting 553 likes. Maybe they're rounding down like when they look on a scale. That might be a thing. Chief Nerd said, I would love to see this, getting 188 likes. Anti-woke memes did in fact respond in meme form. Said, dear Whoopi Goldberg, woke men doesn't belong in bathroom with women. They have a juxtaposition of 2 pictures, a beautiful woman in a bikini, labeled woman. Then you have Dylan Mulvaney in a bikini, or no, was One Piece female swimsuit. I don't know what it's called. And it's called Wokeman, getting 381 likes. Miss Haversham says, quote, let's say it's true. In Connecticut, there are just 2 boys running in a girls' track meet who caused 40 races to be hijacked as a result of those girls. Hundreds to be undermined, getting 106 likes. Let's see here. Scrolling down more and more. Sorry, I don't see any contrarian statements thus far. Let's see here. Scrolling down more and more. Catherine Deves Morgan said Whoopi Goldberg is not a serious person, and says, quote, is this Wikipedia? What is this? Yes, from Wikipedia. It says, quote, she stated that her stage name, Foreman Whoopi, was taken from Whoopi Cushion. When you're performing on stage, you never really have time to go to the bathroom and close the door. If you get a little gassy, you've got to let it go. So some people used to say you're like a Whoopi Cushion. Huh. 29 likes for that. I remember someone bringing it up as her Hollywood name or stage name. You also have Dismal Piranha saying, why do 98.6% of Americans have to accept the demands of 1.4% of the population while having to democracy talk by the left, getting 2 likes? Lives of Blue Sky says, either way, even 1 is too many, getting 1.1 thousand likes. Ryan says, then they should be fine not to cheat and defraud actual women, right? Getting 42 likes. Nate Lipscomb says, delusion is real. Then you have AI picture of Trump smoking a cigar, getting 2 likes, which famously he doesn't drink or smoke, so a little silly in that regard. So, yeah, you have also Steve saying The View is propaganda, getting 6 likes, which, I don't know. There are some people who watch The View seriously. I just don't know how many there are. I can't help but think it's a minority at this point. But yeah, just more silliness by The View, and I guess, some people still watch it for reasons. And, let me know, do you think, we've seen some schools just recently starting to reverse their policies and ban boys going to girls' locker rooms and competing in their sports. Do you think we'll see that trend continue in the U.S.? Let me know in the comments, because, as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you can click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make sure better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.